Anyway, do you guys want to look? Do you guys want to talk about SSG versus Complexity, in particular, the tweets? Shall we look at the tweets? Okay, so what I've done is I have searched retals on Twitter, and then we've scrolled down until we find the start of yesterday's tweets, basically. And let's read them. I guess the context of this, for anybody who didn't look at Twitter or Reddit at all, after the Complexity versus Space Station Gaming match, first of all, if you don't know the result, you should probably turn off my stream right now, because I'm going to say it and we're going to talk about it. Okay, now that we got rid of those people who haven't watched the match yet, Complexity obviously won, and they were able to eliminate Space Station Gaming from major contention. And the aftermath of that was pretty interesting, because we saw a lot of retals tweets being retweeted, like a lot of old retals tweets being retweeted, and we also saw a lot of retals friends and teammates, etc., coming to Twitter and saying leave him alone. We also saw retals himself tweeting out some very sportsmanlike replies to trash talk from his contemporaries. And yeah, it's all quite interesting to observe. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at what people have been tweeting, and let's talk about it. So, okay, I've just scrolled way down here. So I've searched retals on Twitter, and I've scrolled down to yesterday. So Base from the Past says there's a difference between repercussions of your trash talk and being harassed. This is, I guess, in reply to something. Okay, so this is the thread. Feels like this goes without saying, but if I see anyone trash talking retals, or anyone on a Space Station Gaming for that matter, you're getting blocked. They played their hearts out today. It's a tough loss. They're a great team and don't deserve to be bullied for one unfortunate series. Somebody replies, DVS Cheetah replies, well, retals doesn't deserve to be bullied. He absolutely shouldn't go around calling Sam pros cringe and expect zero clapback. There's a certain level that's okay, and both pros and people on Twitter should be held accountable for that. Reply again from Base from the Past. So, okay, we're gonna get through a few of these before we talk about it. Let's get a general. Let's read a bunch of these, get an idea of what the Twitter what the Rocket League Twitter sphere is saying, and then we'll talk about it. Your region is terrible. SSG retals. Why is this in reply to Rocket League? What did Rocket League do to deserve this? Where did this come from? I thought this was going to be in reply to like somebody saying leave retals alone. No, it's just in reply to Rocket League Esports. Alright, okay, next. My final verdict on NA retals is finished Rocket League professional player. No, he's not. Obviously. Oh, some of you guys are memeing way too hard, man. Oh, this is funny. I'm laughing at how like dumb these takes are, by the way. Okay, all right. Let's scroll up or see what the replies are here. So yeah, retals. Well, what retals tweeted after losing is probably my worst performance as a professional player. Congrats to Complexity. You guys deserve it more than us. Improved everyone your top 5 NA. Thank you. And sorry to all the fans. Apologies to Sip Arsenal Chrome. That was horrible. This Renan, who's actually a professional player, I believe. Is this Renan, the Sam Pro player? Oh yeah. He's well spotted. He's followed by the real Renan. So the real Renan follows the fake Renan. He just retweeted, say it again, your region is terrible. Let the man rest. Let the man rest. He's the biggest trash talker out there. Couldn't even make a grand final. You guys don't know he's turning a new leaf. Interesting. Man, this is all interesting takes here from the Rocket League Twitter. Different Renan, and that's Portuguese. Ah, sorry, of course, Portuguese. Yeah, you're right. Brazil, Portuguese. Why? You're probably the most immature Rocket League player. Oh yes, I forgot. You're just terrible. Why would you write that? In reply to retals saying, congrats to Complexity. You guys deserve it more than us. Proved everyone you're a top 5 NA team. He didn't say, wow, they got lucky. You guys are probably the most immature Rocket League. This is not. Why would you reply this? It doesn't make sense. Can you imagine this in person? It's like somebody gets a big upset win, and then the loser of the fight comes over or the race or whatever it is comes over and says, "Hey, congrats, you really proved me wrong." And then the fan's just like, "You're immature. You suck." Like, "Oh, your reach is terrible." You know, like, come on, this would never happen. It's just a Twitter comment. Time to drop rails for Daniel. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why are they talking about Rule 1? What's this? Well, how has the original Rattle Suite become talking about Rule 1? Oh my goodness, like there's some brilliant conversations here. That's what you all deserve for breaking Rule 1. Complexity got your shovels. This guy's definitely trolling, man. There's no way. He's gotta be trolling. The best part is he got ratioed by somebody saying there's no way you want pros to follow Rule 1. Then he posted the skull emoji. Oh no, wait, no, he seems serious. Yeah, it's a rule, so it shouldn't be broken. Nah, this guy's trolling. He's definitely trolling. He's not farming many likes, but he's trolling for sure. You about dummy slow if you don't think that's the reason they lost. He's so trolling, and he's got multiple people on the hook. Justin broke rule. He's done this guy's gone back in time. He's looking for evidence to prove the troll wrong. Oh my goodness, stop being a moron. Oh, how do you fall for this stuff, man? How do you fall for this stuff? Say hi to Lucas. I'm sorry if I missed anything in any famous people in Twitch chat. Hello, Lucas. Oh, this is so good. This guy's trolling so hard, and he's got them on the hook, man. He's got them fully hooked in. They're fully baited. They've eaten it. Alright, what's this? There's something about question marks that gets me. I don't know what it is. Question marks are still funny. They're they're a great reply. I don't know why. Question marks are just funny to look at. This was inevitably gonna get brought up though. How poetic is it? Why wasn't this on the timeline before the match? The fact that Rattle tweeted your region is terrible exactly a year before they play the tiebreaker. How was that not on the timeline? I didn't hear anybody talking about this. People were like saving that tweet. They were scheduling their trash talk to Rattles, but they didn't tell anyone. Guys, this is exactly a year since he trash talked Sam. Did anybody put that on the timeline before the match? I didn't see it. Wait, Garrett said it? Garrett's so smart, man. Wait, where did Garrett say it? The fact that it's exactly a year, man. Somebody could have farmed crazy impressions by tweeting this before the match. 1 year and 30 seconds later. Man. That's crazy that it's exactly a year. How is it exactly a year? Did Psionics plan this? Garrett said that 1 year. RL Esports planned it all along. Is this Scheist? Is Marty pulling the strings? Yeah, I think we're getting some dead ones here. Not sure. If I scroll past a good one, I'm sorry. There's too many. This guy's spitting facts though. This is actually quite hard to digest, I'm going to be honest. I was going to talk about that later, but since this guy tweeted it, let's just think about that briefly. Lana is going to be worse without Rails. He would have talked mad trash. And that would have been good to see. So I'm looking forward to that, because I am positive that Space Station will make another LAN this year, and I cannot wait to hear the trash Rails is going to talk at said LAN. I mean, I just can't wait to see more Rails trash talk in general, because I love it, but yeah, this is sad. This is the sad part of Space Station not making LAN. One of the sad parts. Flalam786, thanks for the brand new Prime. Welcome to the channel, mate. I appreciate that. What seems to handle tables, indeed. You still have Turbo for the trash talk? Yeah, but why not both? Why can't we have the two of them? Complexity better bringing the beef. Their fans are bringing the beef. After what I tweeted yesterday, all these Sam fans are telling me that Complexity are going to farm EU. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to see that, if it's going to happen. What do you guys think? Spam 1 if you think complexity are going to farm EU. Spam 2 if you think they're not going to farm EU. Spam 2 if you think complexity are going to get farmed by EU. It's actually pretty close. It's pretty close. Maybe a few more 2s if I was to say, just based on the visuals. Personally, I think complexity gets farmed by EU. I'll be honest. I think complexity gets farmed, but we'll see. They did like peak under pressure last night, so that impressed me a lot. The fact that they were able to produce one of their top tier performances at the absolute highest pressure bodes well for them in Europe. Maybe a European team just chokes against them. Give your take on the SSG call situation. I'm just seeing if there's any more tweets I gotta read here before I give my take, because pretty much the discussion about complexity of SSG right now is people are saying that the response to the loss from the SSG has been inappropriate and directly like at retals, but I've not seen anything yet. I'm scrolling, but I've not seen anything from any like known people in the scene that seems inappropriate. I'm scrolling here. I mean, have I scrolled past anything that I really need to be aware of? I don't think I have. Tell me if I have, chat. I've not seen anything. Search retals min faves 25 and click latest. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's actually pretty smart. Well, we're almost at the top, so well, we're not really almost at the top. But let me try this. That actually sounds like a clever idea. I didn't know you could search like this. Retals min faves 25. Let me try this. Search. Latest. You, my friend, are a genius. So this is what we got. Retals minimum favorites 25, latest. So we need to read what is this? Oh, I remember that. Okay, yeah, I remember. Right, so this is all old. There we go. Okay, actually smart. Thank you, whoever said the min likes 25 thing. I did not know that was a thing. Min faves. Mandan RL, thanks for the 1 month tier 1. Appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Chicago said in a stream yesterday it was uncalled for and undeserved. What was uncalled for? What was he talking about? I don't know what that means. Okay. So this is all of them. We've got all of them here, I guess. I guess we'll just go through all these pretty quick. So they're all saying good luck to each other. Why? What is this? What is this? That was the first tweet, really? Like, I sorted it by time. He had this out instantly. Lexa, man. He had this ready. How did he have that so fast? Before Habercamper could even say GG Retals, and before Card could tweet a single emoji. Our boy Lex had a thesis. He had the whole thing typed out. Pre-typed. To be honest though, I also had my tweet pre-typed. How fast was my tweet? Because I don't see my own tweet on this. When was my tweet? I think it had to be sometime similar. See, I tweeted this at 1:08 a.m. Lex's tweet was also 1:08 a.m. I don't know who was faster, but I was pretty fast. I was pretty quick. We're still 1:08 though, so these guys are pretty fast as well. Hypercamper Card, of course. Card is the one who Rails called the region is trash. Rails tweets regain. Okay. Some American football player. Monkey Moon, no Rattles tweaks. He just tweeted out of flags. Yeah, I know you guys are gonna get triggered by me saying that this is American football. Got him. Man, the baseball fans always get so mad when people don't recognize their sport. It's hilarious. Right, loser. Clownface South America greater than NA. Great reply. Why does that got likes? This is such trash tier banter, man. I don't believe this. JG7 saying regain. That's a good reply. What is this? I've never seen this before. What is this? Is this the fake Renan? Again, the fake Renan that the real Renan follows. Okay, I've got to remember that. There's two Renans. Shock says they're going to bounce back. That's a good gif. I like that. SSG Widow, not biased. Anime profile pic. L. Oh man. Did somebody really just type it's literally basketball in the chat? How do you not? Man, do you guys just not have deadpan delivery in NA? Then again, you guys don't. You just have slapstick. I shouldn't. Why am I even asking? Why is Ivan replying L? Oh, okay. He tried the squishy technique, but he didn't do the skull emoji, and he doesn't have 250,000 followers, so it didn't work. Mateus, the sweet age well. The Furia coach, of course, makes sense. That makes sense. The card reply on this one makes sense. Basically, so many of these tweets are just Sam pros. I love it, man. I love that. And it doesn't have slapstick. And well, maybe slapstick's the wrong word. Well, how do you describe the kind of comedy where somebody just like I don't know. How would you guys describe NA comedy? UK comedy is very dry and just the comedian just makes fun of themselves. NA just, I don't know, a guy goes on stage and just brags and people laugh. But there's definitely some dry comedians in NA. I'm generalizing here. Wait, why is this guy typed? This is the pro player. This is KV1's teammate. KV1 and Firefox's teammate. What is this profile picture? What is going on? Fassi, explain yourself. What does this mean? Hold on. Oh. Of course, the translation is the exact same thing. It's like, oh, I can't wait to learn what this means in Portuguese. No, it still means the same thing. Why is he typing this? Why? Why is he typing this? Oh my goodness. And of course we have the classic. Did he end up ratioing him? Ooh, big ratio. Big ratio by Squishy. We're going to talk about that one a bit later on. Let's keep going. People replying to the Squishy tweet. Still more people are replying. Wait, is this oh. Just an Ariana Grande fan. Okay. Oh, a lot's getting into the action. Oh! A lot coming out of retirement just to reply to a 15 September retals tweet. Man, people really did go in on the guy. Everybody's just replying to Squishy's tweet. They're all trying to farm impressions. Goodness me. Even Sizz! Man, these people desperate for impressions. It's crazy. Oh yeah, then we have the retals reply. Class. Pure class from retals. As usual, he's usually quite classy with his post-loss tweets. You gotta hand it to him. Lethamer. SSG Lethamer. Huh? No bias, I'm sure. Dead reply TBH. What, retals reply is dead? Are you serious? What's up, Leth? We're just reading all the tweets. Did you seriously just call this a dead reply? He just said good luck to Squishy. I get it. Squishy fans are the worst. A guy who just got eliminated from the first LAN in 2 years says good luck to your boy, and you're like, wow, dead reply, to be honest. No skull emojis. Lame. You can't win. You can't win against the Squishy fans. T Gray also replying to Squishy. Literally everybody's replying to Squishy here. likes that as well. Why is Lexer retweeting himself? He tweeted this like 8 minutes before the retweet. He retweeted his own tweet 8 minutes after he did it in reply to Retals' 17th November 2020 tweet. This guy's he's doing it different. He's doing it different. Oh man, Mitch didn't want anybody to call him out, so he called himself out. He called himself out. Oh no. He knew somebody was gonna call him out. He's like, oh no, 3 people replied to this. Oh no, actually all the replies came after. He thought, well, somebody's gonna call me out. It might as well be me. Let's get it over with. That's an interesting tweet from JG7, who is roommates with Roll Days, who I think are pretty close with the Space Station squad. Well, the pro team. Retals doesn't deserve to be kicked well down just for some trash talk, at least not today. I don't know who this is in reference to. I don't know what tweets he thought were inappropriate, but we'll talk about that more later. Russell Me Timber, thanks for the brand new Prime. Welcome to the channel, man. Asfura also saying kind of the same thing. And he is right, Retals does make stuff interesting. Stop with all hate on my mans. So yeah, both these guys have similar sentiments. JG7 and Asfura both saying stop hating on Retals. It was more fandom, not relevant people. Okay. Understood. Fans going hard at him. Okay. That's kind of what I thought, because I was looking for kind of right now I'm looking for the tweets that are from relevant people that are inappropriate, and I haven't seen any, personally. Haven't seen any. But that's not to say that all the tweets you see are okay in my book. If you see a tweet that doesn't look okay, and you heard me say that I have not seen any like bad tweets from relevant people, I'm probably saying that the tweet you've seen is from a person who's not relevant. At least in the sense that Retals should be caring what that person is saying. I'm not trying to this isn't all a flex. I'm just saying Retals shouldn't care what, JimBub1769 says on Twitter about his loss. You shouldn't be reading that. Garrett says he has triggered the most dedicated fans, the Squishy fans, and the Sam fans. Recipe for disaster. I didn't think of it that way. It is the most dedicated fan bases. That's true. Yeah, Retals probably should have started up a stream. That's true. Our helpers trying to trash talk Retals for losing game 7 to a great team. Mad cringe. So a lot of similar sentiments from the Rock League scene here. Stacks as well says something similar. Keep it classy. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of the same kind of ideas here. Everybody's saying that go easy on Retals. This guy's saying it a lot more boldly, saying he's just going to straight up block people who are trash talking Retals. We're almost at the most recent tweet, so we're going to chat about this. Well, I'll tell you guys what I think in a second here. Sorry that this took so long, but some of these tweets were really funny. had to pause and just compose myself. Yeah, Arsenal as well, his teammate. No surprise to see that. Saying he understands Retals says some things. Can you all stop trash talking the man? At least wait until it's not right after we lose. Reply says he dig his own grave. Claims that he have a wonderful mental, so I don't know why you're concerned. Yeah, I know. Doesn't mean I don't. I enjoy my teammate getting slandered. So this is interesting because if you read this by itself, you might think that Retals is super sad behind the scenes and complaining about people going in on him. But then after you see Arsenal's reply to this reply, it indicates that Arsenal doesn't think that Retals is bothered about the hate that he's getting, and it's more that he himself doesn't like to see it, which is I think important to take note of. Okay, we're at the top. We did it. We got through the Rocket League Twitter comments. That was a lot easier than Rocket League Reddit would have been, man. At least Twitter's got a character limit to stop people from writing a whole pile of nonsense. At least it's like a nice compact like segment of nonsense. All right. So, in my opinion, what I've seen, both in the immediate aftermath of the Complexities SSG match last night, and right now after rereading every post, well, most posts that have 25 likes or more with the @retals tag in them from the past 24 hours, there's a few things I wanted to talk about. Gareth says, just after watching CSGO, I don't think we'll ever say anything bad about Sam. That's true. Very, very smart man. So, okay. The three things I know about retals that I think are very important to take note of is number one, well, obviously everybody knows he does a lot of trash talk, but the important thing to note is that he has trash talk people after losses. Because a lot of these tweets and a lot of people who are saying, you know, leave retals alone, they're saying, don't do it after a loss. Arsenal said it. A lot of his friends said it. You know, don't do it immediately after a loss. Or some people say don't do it after a loss at all. You should be doing it before. But actually that doesn't really fly in my opinion, because retals has tweeted at people after they've lost with trash talk. So if retals tweets at someone trash talking them after a loss, he is opening himself up to anyone tweeting at him after a loss, as far as I'm concerned. So I, you know, I think it makes sense that Arsenal would tweet something like this because his teammate, and he probably doesn't like to see retals getting trash talked, but I think it's perfectly fair. I think retals is wide open to trash talk after losses from anyone because he's done it himself. So that's just my opinion. Secondly, retals did directly call out South America, and he said that Sam is trash. He said that Europe is trash. You know, retals is big on the cross-regional rivalries, and I personally love that about him because I'm also big on the cross-regional rivalries, and I think it was one of the elements of Rocket League Esports that kept the scene alive, or as alive as it was, in the 2 years that we haven't had any cross-regional matchups. Nothing. Well, nothing on LAN. We've had online stuff, of course. No LANs for 2 years. I think without people like retals actually, you know, trash talking EU players, trash talking SAM players, there would definitely be less hype in the scene for Sweden, which is a cross-regional event. So I'm a massive fan of retals, like starting up cross-regional drama. I've said that several times, and I've also said several times, if NA went 6-0 in SMAD like Europe did, I promise you, First Touch would be telling you that NA is going to dominate Sweden because look at SMAD. Because they got 6-0, they're saying SMAD doesn't matter, NA is going to be fine in Sweden. You know, cherry picking. But I promise you, they would have said that. I invite them to deny that fact. They can't do that. If NA went 6-0 in SMAD, First Touch would bring up SMAD every single time NA versus EU comes up. I promise you. And I know that T-Bates, Roldiz, Dazarin can't deny that with a straight face. You can't do it. Not possible. But anyway, my point is, NA versus EU is really interesting. And South America, OCE, and other minor regions, they see that. They want to get involved in that. They've succeeded. Card called out retals. Retals said that Sam's trash in response. And then, as if it was written in the script, exactly 1 year later, they play against the SAM team who moved to North America for the LAN spot. It's poetic. And it was a great series, Game 7. But, yeah, I think that, you know, the people doing the trash talk makes sense. A lot of SAM people are trash talking retals, and that doesn't surprise me after retals called out Sam. If this was a European team that went to NA and knocked out Space Station, I'm sure that all the European pros would also be trash talking retals, because retals has talked so much trash about EU. So it makes sense, and I'm not surprised. And I think that all the SAM players who are atting retals in the timeline, perfectly within their right. I think there's nothing wrong with that at all, and is even immediately after a loss, perfectly fine in my opinion. Perfectly fine. Tarsus called you out in an interview. Did Tarsus call out NRG in an interview? No way. I missed that. I've missed OCE's the scene I've missed most of, because they're the time that OCE is on is when I'm sleeping. So I always miss OCE live. Jirana23, thanks to the 4-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate that. So, okay, those are the two things, or the first two things I wanted to talk about. Number one, I think retals has opened himself up to being trash talked after a loss because he's done it so many times himself. Number two, I think that the Sam players trash talking retals, totally warranted. EU players would have done the same thing if an EU team knocked retals out. He's stirred up so much drama with that region, it was inevitable. Number three, the squishy tweets. Everybody's talking about the squishy tweets. Everybody's replying to the squishy tweets. Squishy replied this skull emoji. I don't know where it was. It was somewhere around here. No, it was higher. Okay, I don't know where it is. But you guys know the tweets I'm talking about. I don't need to show you. Squishy replied skull to Rettel saying see you in Sweden when Sweden was announced as the first LAN in 2 years. And he also replied skull to Rettel saying that Sam is terrible a year ago. So Squishy replied skull to 2 tweets. He did that after they'd lost. And I'm not surprised to see that either because at least from what I know, and I don't know the full story behind the scenes, but from how I understand it, Squishy and Retals have had beef and still got beef to quite a high degree, and they actually like keep a lid on it in the public eye. At least from how I see it, it looks like they keep a lid on that. But I think it seems like they still got beef, and they've had beef for a long time, maybe like over 2 years. From what I can see, probably like 2 years or so. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the behind the scenes on that one. There it is. So there's one Squishy skull. There we go. We're talking about this. So this again doesn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure that Retals has called Squishy out for holding back NRG before. I don't remember where I saw that, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say that or saw him type it somewhere. So seeing Squishy reply with a skull to this tweet, not surprising. And also, I think it's perfectly fair game because Retals has called out Squishy many times. And I'm pretty sure that they have beef. So I'm not surprised to see this, and I don't think there's any problem with doing that, personally. Hey, Darkbeat, thanks to the 55-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel, man. I appreciate that. Garrett says Retals came for Squishy's neck for a year straight. Yeah, Garrett would probably know. So we'll take... there's the evidence for my claim. I was pretty sure they had beef. If you guys don't think that the NRG boys wanted Space Station to lose this, go and watch Sizz VOD of their watch party to Space Station Gaming versus Complexity from yesterday. Because after watching the live, I watched it on the Rock Lee channel, I'm pretty sure. No, I watched it on Rolda's channel, SSG versus Cole. And I could see Rolda's tearing his hair out. He couldn't believe it, that SSG were going to lose. But after that, I went back and I watched the Sizz reaction to that. And I'll be completely honest with you. I know Garrett's in chat. I don't know if anyone else from NRG is here, but I don't really mind. If they're all here, I'll still say this. I got the vibe I got. This is just the vibe I got from watching. I think Garrett, I'm pretty sure Squishy, Justin, Sizz. I'm pretty sure there was like Gyro was in that call. I don't know who else. There was a bunch of voices. I couldn't really tell. But they were all watching SSG lose to Complexity, and the vibe I got was that they wanted SSG to lose more than they wanted Complexity to win. The celebrations and the words that were being chosen were very much celebrating SSG's loss more than Complexity's win, which was interesting to me because I think it's pretty cool that everybody's celebrating Complexity winning. I'm really happy that the NA scene have kind of adopted them and just celebrated them for being so bold as to come to their region and compete with such success. And to see the Cinderella run continue, amazing. I'm not surprised that teams and people are celebrating Complexity success. That's awesome to see. But I was kind of surprised to hear the NRG boys do that live. I wouldn't be surprised if I was sitting in a call off stream and I heard them celebrating SSG's loss. But to hear that live on a Sizz VOD, well, I didn't watch it live, but yeah, I heard them do that live on video. I was like, whoa, they're like pretty anti-Space Station Gaming here. What's going on? I like that. SSG and NRG drama, SSG NRG like rivalry, like more than them just saying good luck before the match and GG's after. Give it to me. Give it to me. What's Garrett G saying? we aren't like super against SSG. It's more that like complexity is so easy to root for because they never said anything against anyone. Well, okay, yeah, to be fair, I don't think Garrett is really in on this. I think Garrett was more of a passenger than, and I'm not just saying that because he's here. Go listen yourself. You'll hear immediately after SSG lose. I'm pretty sure Garrett says on their voice call that he felt bad about how they lost because Typical clean whiff 2 like champ 3 balls. Well, maybe not champ 3. He missed 2 grand champ 1, grand champ 2 touches, and that's a terrible way to lose. So Garrett did say that, but definitely the other voices in that call sounded pretty anti-SSG, including obviously Squishy, Justin to a lesser extent, and Sizz as well. I think Sizz was pretty happy that SSG lost. Bye bye SSG and all that. So I like that personally because I like to see those rivalries, and I think it adds to the excitement of the viewers when they're watching these matches. There's more on the line. There's actually that personal rivalry on the line. There's the pride on the line, aside from the money and the points in the circuit system. So I'm the reason I bring this up is because I'm hoping to see more of it. And if you guys like the idea of NRG celebrating SSG's demise, watch this VOD from yesterday. You'll hear it. You'll see it and hear it for yourself. The only downside to this from Squishy is that it's the same thing that I said earlier. So earlier when we looked at it wasn't this tweet, it was the other Skull tweet where Retals said that he was what do you call it? When Retals said that your region is terrible to Card, talking about South America, and that was a tweet from a year ago. I would have loved to see this, or not the Skull, maybe something a little bit more creative, but something like just pointing out how embarrassing it would be to lose a whole year on from making this tweet. Like, if anybody just tweeted a reply or a retweet about how it was a year since Retals tweeted that Sam is trash and said, wow, it would be really embarrassing to lose tonight a year on from this. Like, that would be so much better than tweeting a Skull after the fact. I don't think there's anything wrong with tweeting a Skull after the fact. I think that's perfectly fine. But I think it would be even better if people pointed to these tweets before to build up the excitement for the match. Do you guys know what I mean? People are saying that this is too far. Get out the window. What are you talking about? This is fine. This is light, if anything. This is nothing. But it would have been better if it was said before. That's the way I see it. It would be even spicier if it was said before, but this is totally fine. Tweeting a Skull like this, come on. Tweeting a Skull like this at someone who's been talking trash to teams after they lose, talking trash to other regions, absolutely fine. Talking trash to you personally as a player, because that's what Garrett's confirmed and what I assumed, absolutely no problem. No problem at all. And I'm pretty sure Retals has invited people to come at him. I'm pretty sure I remember a tweet. I don't have a link to it, but I'm pretty sure Retals, in reply to a whole bunch of hate that he was getting for something else, I don't remember what it was. He's tweeted so many things and said so much. I don't remember what the context was, but I'm pretty sure I read a tweet from Retals saying, keep it coming. I love the hate. It fuels me. So, Retals has said that this kind of stuff fuels him. And actually, this could come back to bite Squishy. The fact that he's done this, he's opened the door to Retals to trash talk him a whole lot more in the timeline. Because I don't know if I've seen any Retals. Has Retals called out Squishy in the timeline like this? Maybe Garrett knows. I don't remember any time. I'm pretty sure I've heard Retals talking about Squishy and how he thinks Squishy holds back NRG. Don't know if he's tweeted it yet. Maybe he has. I might have missed that one. But, seeing stuff like this just makes me think that the next time the SSG play NRG is going to be really interesting. Really, really interesting. Because I think SSG are going to come back with a vengeance in the winter split. So I'm excited. Long story short, I didn't see any tweets that I thought were out of line. I think it's perfectly fine for people who are on the outside looking in to tweet their observations about this, retweet old tweets that players said, point out how someone's words have backfired. I see absolutely no problem with the vast majority of these tweets. The only problem I see is some of them are just not very funny. some of these tweets are just really like not that funny. That's the only issue. But you can't really blame people for being unfunny. That's just their genetics, I suppose. But yeah, I don't think there's a problem. And this was my immediate reaction, by the way. The only reason I didn't tweet anything about it is because I thought, am I wrong about this? I'm seeing a lot of people say that they think that, you know, the scene's going too far and like being a bit too harsh on retals and SSG after this loss. I didn't really think so, personally. I thought it was all fine from what I could see. But I thought, you know what, I'll sleep on it. Maybe I'm going to wake up in the morning and think, oh, that's harsh. Okay, yeah, I didn't think about it like that. But I woke up and I was like, no, I still don't think it was harsh at all. I think it was fine. I think everything was fine. And I think retals is going to be absolutely fine. I think retals is going to be fueled by this like he said he would. And I think that SSG are going to bounce back and still going to be in with a great shot of making top 5 NA. And I hope they do, because like I said earlier, the most sad thing about them not making it is we don't get this retals like S tier trash talk in Sweden now. That's the worst part. I would have loved to see SSG compete in Sweden. Would have been awesome to hear those interviews and to see the content that would come out of this. But we'll have to wait. Luckily, there's more lands coming up in the season, so let's just wait patiently, I guess. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I wanted to talk about today. If you've got any questions in chat, just at me. Well, I think... Oh yeah. There was one other thing I wanted to say. I kind of hinted at this earlier, but... Who was it? I think Lethimer in chat said earlier that a lot of people, like, you know, Arsenal and retals friends and other SSG people saying, yo, leave retals alone. Lethimer indicated in chat that was referring to the, you know, wider Rocket League community, the wider Rocket League fan base, who are coming at retals after this loss and trying to, you know, at them on the timeline, and they've got 10 followers that are all their burner accounts and they've got nobody liking their tweets. Like, if I'm retals or if I'm any pro player, I'm scrolling past that. Like, it doesn't matter. Maybe that's just me, but irrelevant. It literally doesn't matter. I can't really relate to the criticism pros get, because I know it is hard to be competitive in something and to get criticized, but I can kind of relate to it because as a caster I've been criticized many times, and I know that a lot of my co-casters get really sad when they see somebody criticizing them in the timeline or on Reddit. But I always just tell people the same thing. Just keep scrolling. It doesn't matter. Like, that person doesn't matter. You should only be looking at your peers and your colleagues and, you know, your friends for advice and for, I don't know, anything, reactions to, you know, what you've done, your work. So when I'm reading about reactions to my casting of a series, I literally don't care. Somebody saying that they think I'm terrible and I'm boring, that they hate me and I'm biased for XYZ team, I could not care less. And I don't think retals will care at all either. I really don't think he'll care. I think all the people who are saying, you know, jumping in to defend retals, I don't think that they need to. I'm pretty sure retals doesn't care either, what all the no names are saying. Yeah, I like this guy. You're lucky you have a nice voice. Your takes are terrible. See, like, I'm honest. I'm being honest right now. I actually like react like that to most of the criticism I read about myself. Like, when I read criticism, even without the prior joke, I still like laugh at most of it, because I just don't mind. I don't care. I don't look at Reddit. I don't look at Twitter. I don't look at like the social media comments for, you know, advice on how to do my job, and I don't think pro players should do that either. If you can't scroll past things without getting annoyed, you should probably just not go in the social media in the first place. If you can't go on Reddit without getting annoyed at Reddit comments and let it affect your job, you probably shouldn't bother going on Reddit. Same thing for Twitter. But me, I can go on Twitter, read 100 comments about people not liking me, and then I can like turn around and continue my day, and I've already forgotten about it. So it's one or the other. Either don't care or get off that platform. It probably applies to like life in general. You know, if something's really that negative, if something's really that much of a negative influence, just remove it from your life. It's not worth it. It's really just not worth it. It is going to be interesting seeing another topic, interesting seeing the ranked leaderboards with NA players and other regions players in Sweden. It's going to be cool to see the ranked games pop up on ball chasing from the boot camp. It's always cool seeing that kind of stuff. At Johnny, why are you biased on NA just because you're from EU? I'm trying to be unbiased, man. I'm trying to be unbiased. I'm a tryhard with my... I'm a massive tryhard with my predictions. I try and be right as a first priority. I think I've been pretty right about a lot of predictions. People always like to point out my predictions I get wrong, but I get some right. Everybody's bigging up CJ. What was it CJ did? Hold up. What was it CJ did? This thing. Yeah, CJ predicted SSG at home. By mistake, I might add. He just forgot about them when he was making his rankings. He forgot about them, I'm pretty sure. So he accidentally correctly predicted SSG at home. But I remembered that True Neutral existed, and I predicted them making Stockholm. Straight up, I was the only person on that stream who predicted True Neutral making Stockholm. I just want to point that out. Not seeing anybody giving me any credit for that one, though. Not seeing any credit. Yeah, I personally love the rivalries. I think Retals and SSG are going to be totally fine. And I didn't see anything out of order. I thought all the Sam tweets, the squishy tweets, like all the other tweets were fine. All the other trash talk tweets, yep, no problem. Now, I am going to mention though, if all those tweets were directed at Sypical because he whiffed in Game 7, that wouldn't be okay. You know, if all the Sam players are coming at Sypical, if like Squishy's coming at Sypical, not that he would, if like all of the other people who tweeted trash talk at Retals are coming at Sypical, I don't think that would be okay, because Sypical hasn't had beef with Sam on the timeline. Sypical hasn't called out people after their losses, like Monkey Moon after he lost in EU. You know, he's not done all the things Retals has done to now open himself up to receiving that trash talk. If you give, you know, you gotta expect to receive what you give. Sypical's not done any of that. So him messing up in Game 7, I'm glad to see it didn't lead to any trash talk coming his way and any SSG fans blaming him or any Rock League fans blaming him. Because that would have been completely unwarranted. You have to take it. It's all about the context. It's all about what that player's done.